Juice, Bigelow, fat white gigolo, fucking on the sand hoe. Homie, but I didn't know she was just gonna do that. Kissing on the mistletoe, fuck 'em all up, but the old me kill 'em both. I just did a pick and roll, hit it on the backboard, in the trap, butt nigga feeling like the landlord. I just need a passport, what you looking sad for? I just need a freedom, let me stick in her backdoor, killing on the backboard, drinking up a heater, boy, can see it down the beach, walking around like I'm a cheater. I'm a young never cheater, trying to find another eater. In the bitch, keep it big too, love a Queen Latifah, got a beater with a heater, something like Skeeter. In the bitch need wood, baby, I'm a cedar. I done came down cleaner, chick I ain't seen her, and as long as I ain't do shit, she ain't doing either. Man, I know a couple fingers that are small before a teener. I know a couple gangsters, here to go a streamer, stop it to a schemer. I need a little beamer, red finally work it, they got it with a dreamer. All leather like a greaser, kilo in the freezer. Fuck out a tune, man, I better like a reverb. Your mama is a tweaker, don't lie to me, I seen her. You keep talking shit, stick a finger in the sphincter. I'm rapping with the leisure, and I don't need a feature. What you call a lady really looking like a creature? Slap a damn preacher, looking like a geezer. Even if I made a middle, still a little Caesar. She is not a fan of me, then I'm still her vanity. I'm trying to feel the inside, study the anatomy. I'm a little pistol at your family and faculty. Johnny Cage kill a bitch, I'm talking about fatality. Yeah, I come from a town in the south. It don't rain, hell for shit, but it's hot in the night. Yeah, all my friends sell Reggie for tens, and they top shelf his tags. Oh, bitch, they can fight. Yeah, she claimed that baby is mine. I pull up little bitch, I don't care if it's white. He fumble rapper pussy, I can tell by the eyes. They don't get down for real. That's a dyke with a mic. Yeah. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the second official episode of Unqualified Opinions with Michael Slattery. Today, our main topic is going to be the golden era of nu metal. But before we get into that, some honorable mention, or in honorable mention for a topic that is a good topic, but I guess wasn't good enough to cover a whole episode, but isn't honorable enough for me to mention. Running into an old classmate at a grocery store and making awkward eye contact. I don't know how you guys react. Usually I just don't really say anything and I keep walking. But I guess comment how you guys react when you guys run into an old classmate in the grocery store and make awkward eye contact. So comments how you react to that. That would be awesome. Shout out to my cousin Steven for sending me this song that I played. This is my intro, going to be my intro song for my podcast. As you guys can see right here, it's One-on-One by Mickey Bang. It's on Spotify. It's a good song. Go ahead and listen to it. It is going to be my official intro for this podcast. So, please, if you guys please would like, share, subscribe, and share with your friends, even if even if you guys don't find me that entertaining, I really would appreciate the support. So, first band we're going to talk about when it comes to the golden era of nu metal, it's going to be Slipknot. So the only reason that we're going to be talking about Slipknot is because when it comes to bands who were like really big around the late 90s, early 2000s, that are still very relevant today, Slipknot is the number one band on that list for many, many reasons. Mostly because they've continued making work, changing their look, and putting an effort to their gimmick, which, a lot of bands don't really keep up on it or stay relevant with it. So, that's why they've succeeded the way they have. As you guys can see, I don't have the computer anymore because it was being stupid. So I just hooked up my TV to my Xbox. And we're going to use this for all of our internet needs. So I'm going to show you guys
my personal favorite era of Slipknot and my personal favorite lineup of their masks, and it was Slipknot, uh, Slipknot's like debut album era around 1999. Get it up on the screen here for you guys. Find a good picture. Oh, that's a pretty good. That's a pretty cool picture of them around that era. This is my personal favorite uh, year era of 1999. Their debut era or their debut year. Corey Taylor's mask with its dreads was badass. I liked Clown's just straight up this authentic clown mask. I think it was the creepiest, honestly. Just because it's just a plain old clown mask, and that's pretty cool. Joey Jordison was the mastermind behind Slipknot. I don't care what anyone says or has opinions about that. He made the logo. He wrote a lot of the songs, and not to mention he was one of the fastest drummers in the world. So I mean, he was the mastermind behind Slipknot. Rest in peace, Joey Jordison. Paul Gray with his original pig mask. It's just you can't recreate this year, this era, and this lineup of masks when it comes to Slipknot. Excuse me, taking a drink. When it comes to masked bands, I know there's other masked bands out there, but like Mushroom Head and Guar and shit like that. But Slipknot for me takes the cake. If you guys zoom in and see that tribal S there, I actually have that tattooed on my arm here. I'm a pretty big fan of Slipknot myself. So if you guys haven't checked out Slipknot or haven't really listened to Slipknot, check them out. They're fucking awesome. So next band we're going to talk about when it comes to the golden era of nu metal. Oh wait, I'll give a few more facts about Slipknot before I actually get into my next band. They debuted at Ozfest in 1999. After that, they pretty much blew up right away. Believe it or not, a lot of people, I don't know who doesn't know. Some people who have investigated into Slipknot's history might know that that Corey Taylor was not the original lead singer of Slipknot. It was this guy named Anders Kolsefny or something. I think that was his name. He was like a big bald dude. He was more of a growler than a screamer. And around they had one demo with him. It was called Mate, Feed, Kill, Repeat. It was pretty good. I actually have a few songs from that demo on my playlist, and they're not bad. They're really not bad. But they were looking for a more like balanced, melodic kind of sound, and Corey Taylor fit that bill, and the rest is history. So Slipknot, they're still making music to this day. They're still making great music. They're one of those bands that they never really changed their sound that much, and that's why they're very, very loved by their fans, me being one of them. So go check out Slipknot. They're fucking awesome. Hell yeah. My next band, Korn. I'm a huge fan of Korn. I don't love them as much as I love Slipknot, but they're up there for me. Their debut album was the very first nu metal album ever. So they were the very first ever nu metal band. Without Korn, there would be no Slipknot. There would be no. I'll get into the other bands later, but there wouldn't be a lot of awesome and legendary, influential new metal bands without Korn, because they started it all. My personal favorite song off of their debut album is Ball Tongue. Drop your favorite Korn song in the comments. Korn's fucking awesome. I'll pull up a picture of Korn around my favorite era of Korn. That's what I'm going to do with every band that I talk about. I'll pull up a picture of them in my favorite era of their career. Seems like a lot of these bands' best year was probably like 99, 98, 2000, those years. So I'd probably say this was probably my favorite era of Korn. And this was around the Follow the Leader era. And if you guys don't know, aren't familiar with that album, that was the album that Freak on a Leash was on. So this was probably my favorite era of Korn. Follow the Leader era. Like I said, this is around the time that they came out with Freak on a Leash. So, like I said, Korn, they're the best, they are the pioneers of new metal, and they are also still another new metal band. Or Slipknot and Korn are the top two new metal bands that are still prevalent today. Very mainstream. Everyone's still listening to them who are still lovers of new metal. So Slipknot and Korn are definitely the best commercially successful new metal bands. So and another thing about Korn, Brian Head Welch, I know that he is now like a born again Christian and everything, and he makes a bunch of videos. I don't think Fieldy is in the band anymore. He was a bass player, that guy there. Him. And yeah. I'm not going to tell the story of how they got their name. I think it's on the Wikipedia website. Go check it out. It's pretty gross, but I'm not going to tell it just because I don't feel like reciting that. But yeah, Korn's fucking awesome. Go listen to Korn. Check out Korn. Korn's fucking awesome. Next band we're going to listen to. This is the next band I'm going to talk about that not a lot of people really talk about anymore or really listen to anymore, I've noticed. And every time I bring them up, it seems like no one knows who they are. And, fix my phone stand here. Sorry, y'all. This is the beauty of podcasting, though, right? Stuff like this. So my next band I'm going to talk about is a band that not a lot of people showed a lot of love anymore, but around the time they did have their heyday, and a lot of people fucked with them back in the day. And a lot of the bands that I'm going to talk about here are kind of the same situation. They had their heyday, but they're not really talked about much anymore. And the next band I'm going to talk about here is Coal Chamber. For those of you who don't know who Coal Chamber is, they're a band who were pretty popular around the late 90s, early 2000s in the new metal scene. Their first album was released in 1997, self-titled Coal Chamber. My favorite song off of that album is My Frustration. Very good song. I would definitely go check out Coal Chamber. Their most popular song is Loco. You guys might have heard it before if you guys are metal fans. and you might have had your Spotify on shuffle. It might have came up a few times. So yeah, let me see here. Good picture of them around their my favorite era. No. So this is my favorite era of Coal Chamber. The lead singer here, I don't know if for those of you guys who are metal fans, if you guys are fans of the band Devil Driver, this guy here, Des, I don't really know how to pronounce his last name very correctly, but he's the lead singer of Coal Chamber and Devil Driver, and he's awesome. And Coal Chamber's fucking awesome. They also have a pretty popular album, Dark Days, and their second album, it goes pretty underrated, but that's called Chamber Music, and that's a very good album. So go listen to Coal Chamber if you haven't yet. And if you are a fan of new metal, they're fucking awesome. Next band we're going to talk about is Static X. This is actually my favorite new metal band of all time, Static X. Their debut album, Wisconsin Death Trip, is to this day one of, if not the best metal album I've ever heard. Probably the best metal album I've ever heard. Whenever I listen to it, I don't skip a single song on the album. It's amazing. A little history about Static X, specifically Wayne Static. He used to have a psychedelic rock band with the lead singer of the Smashing Pumpkins, Billy Corgan. It's called Deep Blue Dream. So you guys can go check that out if you guys are interested in the history of Wayne Static and Static X and Wayne Static's musical history. And I'll show you guys my favorite era of Static X. But Wisconsin Death Trip is not the only great album that Static X has. Shadow Zone is a great album. Cannibal is a great album. Beneath Beyond Between is a great album. And their newest albums with Zero are amazing as well. But my favorite era, as everyone probably guessed if you're a Static fan, is definitely the Wisconsin Death Trip era, which, you guessed it, which seems to be everyone's greatest year, besides Coal Chamber maybe, because my personal opinion on Coal Chamber's best year was 1997. For sure. So I'll show you guys if it'll fucking load here. My favorite era of Static X. And then we'll get into the last band we're going to talk about and some topics on to as to like why new metal blew up, why it died, and why it's making a comeback. Just load. Okay. Should come up pretty easily because Wisconsin Death Trip's pretty. No. Weird. Their best year never comes up first. So this was my favorite era of Wisconsin Death or Static X. This was around the Wisconsin Death Trip era. when Wayne Static was in his prime, as well as the rest of the band. For those of you who don't know who Wayne Static is, he is this guy right here. In my opinion, the best nu metal singer of all time. His voice and the lead singer of Cold Chamber's voice are very similar. If you've ever listened to them, they have pretty similar singing styles. This guy, Ken, I forgot his last name, but he's a great drummer. He's still rocking it with Static. Wayne Static unfortunately passed away in 2014, but they replaced him with Edsel Dope, who is wearing like a robot Wayne Static mask, and he's doing a hell of a job keeping the legacy of Static X alive. So, this guy, Tony, I forgot his last, Tony Campos, I believe. He also plays with Fear Factory. I personally think he's kind of a doucher, but he's a great musician. So, yep. And then this guy, I don't know much about this guy. I forgot his name. It's hard to pronounce, but he is a very good guitar player, and he's the one who recorded all the guitar sessions on Wisconsin Death Trip. So go check out Static X. They're fucking awesome. They're my favorite band of all time, and I'm going to be getting them tattooed on me eventually. So the last band that we're going to talk about, that in my opinion really, like, when you hear the word nu metal, this band comes to mind right away. Limp Bizkit, okay? And the only reason I say Limp Bizkit is because, a lot of people might say Linkin Park or System of a Down or stuff like that. But for me, that the reason that I think Limp Bizkit is the very first band that pops into mind when you think of nu metal and the golden age of nu metal is because that whole era of the baggy jeans and the the jewelry and the piercings and the tattoos and all that cool shit really just like resonated with Limp Bizkit because they didn't have much of a gimmick. They were just like the teenagers and the young adults back then who were enjoying their music. They dressed a lot like them, had the same opinions, same attitude. So when you think of nu metal, Limp Bizkit is definitely the thing that pops into my mind, and I'm sure a lot of other people's minds who were alive around the time that their music was popular. I personally remember the chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water very well when it came out because my older sister had a copy of it and she played it all the time, and that's when I fell in love with Limp Bizkit. Shout out to my older sister Nikki for showing me Limp Bizkit, and shout out to my stepbrother Josh for showing me Slipknot. When I was very young, that was a very big impact on my music taste. So, and I still listen to both of those bands to this day. So let's look at my personal favorite year of Limp Bizkit, and surprisingly, it's not 1999. It's 2001, which is around the chocolate starfish, hot dog flavored water era of Limp Bizkit. And my personal favorite song on chocolate starfish and hot dog flavored water is "It'll Be Okay." A lot of other great songs on there like "Boiler," "My Generation," and obviously everyone knows "Break Stuff" and "Rollin'." But I'm talking about songs that people might have, the people who've only listened to the mainstream songs might have never listened to. So, go check those ones out. And they also, their first album goes very underrated. It's a great album. $3 Bill, y'all. Very good album. And obviously, Significant Other, that one had Rearranged on it. and Nikki and all that stuff. Where's a picture of the whole band? So this is my favorite era of Limp Bizkit. 2001. Fred Durst was in his prime. Wes Borland was in his prime. All the other guys were in their prime. And this was their best year, in my opinion. Chocolate Starfish year. Because by this time, they had established themselves with Significant Other and Nookie. You know, Nookie was fucking huge. And that really placed their name and their spot in the household and top names in the new metal scene. So when Chocolate Starfish came out, everyone was fucking raving about it, and there's more than just one banger. Stay with Significant Other, but when it comes to songs that people still talk about, when it comes to songs that people still talk about and listen to and name, it's mostly songs off the Chocolate Starfish and the Hot Dog Flavored Water album. So, oh yeah, facts about Limp Bizkit, two pretty cool ones. So Fred Durst, this guy. You guys probably know who fucking Fred Durst is if you've been alive for longer than 20 years. He was tattooing the lead singer of Korn, Jonathan Davis, and slipped him a demo, and Jonathan Davis went home and listened to it, and it was a few songs off of $3 bill, y'all. And he liked it so much that he invited them to come open for them at a few of their shows, and that's how Limp Bizkit got big. And Fred Durst also discovered Stained, because Stained had a demo or debut album in '96 or so, and so they were just I forgot the town they were in, but they were just a starting band, and Fred Durst allowed them to open for them one night, and as Stained was playing their set, Fred Durst really liked their music, but then he's seen their album cover for their first album, and he was like, "What the fuck, man? Are you guys Satan worshippers? What the fuck?" And he was like, "No, man, we're just trying to like resonate with the scene." He's like, "Okay, you know." So then he signed him to the label, got them signed to the label that they were on, and that is how Stained released "Break the Cycle" and got huge by the help of good old Fred Durst here. So, yep, go listen to Limp Bizkit. Check out Limp Bizkit if you aren't very familiar with more of their work outside of their mainstream songs. They have a lot of good music out there. And a lot of people hate on Wes Borland for his guitar playing style. This guy right here with the long hair. For his guitar playing style, but he's, in my opinion, one of the best guitar players of all time. Oh yeah, and rest in peace, Sam Rivers, bass player, the guy in the baseball cap, the tall guy in the baseball cap here. I'm just gonna let me zoom in a little bit more. Him right here, he passed away recently. He passed away recently, and that's pretty sad. So, my condolences to his family. Rest in peace, Sam Rivers. He defined Limp Bizkit's sound with his bass lines, man. I mean, so many of Limp Bizkit's songs are defined by the bass lines in them. So yeah, rest in peace, Limp Bizkit's bass player Sam Rivers. Truly sad, because he was pretty young when it comes to passing away and stuff. So yeah, go get checked routinely by your doctors and shit. Don't be dying from diseases when you're like in your 40s and 50s. That's not cool. What the hell? Next now, before we get into our topics, or our end topics of how new metal got big, died, and why it is making a comeback. We're going to have a little segment where we watch some stupid videos that my friends sent me. I asked 3 of my closest and bestest friends, Jacob, Dusty, and Brian, to send me some videos, and I'm only going to play one of the videos that they sent that looks like it might be the funniest, because I don't have the time or energy really to sit here and watch all of the videos they sent me, because they sent me quite a few. So I'm hoping that this can just load quickly. It's not loading very quickly. Again, please like, subscribe, share my channel. Here we go. Like, subscribe, share my channel and my videos, please. Even if you guys, like I said, if I bore you, I'm very sorry, but I would really appreciate the support. And if you are one of my friends and you would like to come on my show, or you have any suggestions, please and thank you. Well, could you please send me some content you would like me to review as well? Let's see. So we're gonna watch a video that my friend Dusty sent me first, and we're going to see if it's funny. If it's not, we're gonna give it a rating of 1 through 10. 1 through 5 being low to neutral, and 5 through 10 being mid to decent to great, or to funny. So let's see here. See what we got, Dusty. I don't know what we're getting into here. What my friends sent me. They're pretty unhinged like myself. So let's see what good old Dusty has for us. Dusty balls. I don't know why it's taking so long to load. My internet's been stupid all day, so I apologize. I think it's here we go. For some reason, I know these start up muted. Here we go. Taking forever.
Would you rather be possessed by a gay demon who leaves immediately after you finish? Hashtag Manabelt.
Jesus Christ, man.
Or
Whore, it said?
So just to be clear, this is a really horny, like, power bottom demon.
First off, man, fucking, some of the shit you send me is just outright fucking ridiculous. Let's see what we're getting into. They're talking about gay demons and being possessed by gay demons. So, obviously, we're getting into some pretty unhinged shit here. So let's see.
That goes and finds somebody and just insists that this dude fuck you, and as soon as the jizz happens,
oh my god,
he fucks off, and now you're stuck in this situation. 100%, yes. Or you're a ghost and you only can haunt dudes when they are jacking off. I'm going to absolutely fuck with people that are jerking off. I'm gonna make all the pictures off the walls. Yeah. I'm gonna be right in his ear and just saying something.
I'm just saying, could you imagine passing away and being sent to hell. I'm guessing if you're stuck with that and just being like your soul doesn't belong here. You need to be cast back up to the real earth as a spirit, but you can only haunt guys that are jacking off. Oh my god, like that's got to be like you must have been a bad person to keep being having to be traumatized like that, even in the afterlife. But let's see what else these guys are talking about.
Who's your daddy? I'll go with that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna be the demon power bottom. Ironically, great name for a band.
It sure is.
Demon power bottom.
Demon power bottom.
They opened for the Sparkle Tards.
Yeah.
Sparkle tarts.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
They're up and coming. Given the way that demons take control, you would think they'd top. Because I could handle that.
they just twist your head around so you can.
Oh, come on. Internet's being stupid. I'm sorry, guys. But anyway, that's pretty funny
Watch
shit.
like
Pretty funny shit there, Dusty. Thank you for the content. Shout out to Dusty. Funny motherfucker. If my shit can load here, I'll play a video that both my friends Jacob and Brian sent me. Man, this is taking forever to load. Come on. Please give me ideas of topics of what you guys want to hear about as far as episodes go, and little honorable mentions and shout outs and all that shit. I'll cover pretty much anything. I'm pretty unhinged. Pretty blunt. I don't care if I offend people either. Sounds whatever, but if you're offended in this day and age, it's a choice. Basically, just shows it's a choice not to have a sense of humor. In my opinion, like I said, this is unqualified opinion. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a life coach either. Just a guy giving people advice. Come on. Might have to cancel the segment here if my internet doesn't cooperate with me. Anyway, we might have to show the other videos next time due to the fact that I guess my internet is not cooperating with me. But let's get down to the final part of this podcast. I'm sorry about that, everybody. Gonna try to get my internet maybe looked at to fix that problem so that doesn't keep happening. Topics. Why it blew up. My personal opinion on why it blew up is the 90s were a time when the teenagers and younger adults were really wanting to rebel, which goes hand in hand with the grunge era, stemming from the 80s hairband era, which kids wanted to rebel in the 80s and the 90s, mostly due to the fact that the 60s and 70s were a very big time for drugs and carefree life, and fighting against racial inequalities and stuff like that. And once they were kind of like, okay, well, our parents and grandparents did it, so we want to do it, but even in a even better and even harder with crazier music and crazier styles, and which is why we're kind of have crazy trends today, because the young people for a very long time just wanted to rebel, and that goes hand in hand with why new metal blew up, because it was around a time where music was very rare to get your hands on. You didn't have Spotify. You didn't have YouTube. So if you heard, let's say, Limp Bizkit or a fucking Korn song on the radio or something, you didn't know when you were going to hear it again. So you'd walk around and all of a sudden you'd see Korn and you'd say, "Oh shit!" I think that's the band that the people were talking about on the radio, and that's the song I really liked. And you take it home, and it's this creepy cover of a little girl on a swing and a shadow above it. You're like, what the fuck is this gonna be? And it's unlike